Time for a quick break to talk about some delicious breakfast options at McDonald's, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. Or you can get steak on a McMuffin or biscuit or any other of your favorite breakfast sandwiches. And for even more deliciousness, pair it with a caramel macchiato or one of our other McCafe beverages to make sure your day gets off to a great start. At participating McDonald's, single item at regular price.
Become a part of the Horton team. We're looking for welders, painters, assemblers, machine operators, cabinet makers, and other positions to build emergency vehicles that help save lives. Join us at our hiring event on Wednesday, January 18th from 2 to 5 p.m. at 3800 McDowell Road in Grove City. We offer a huge $1,500 sign-on bonus and great benefits such as 401k match, medical coverage starting day one, and much more. For more information on what Horton can do for you, visit careers.revgroup.com and search Grove City.
What's happening, everybody? Welcome into another Blurry Hysteria, though I'm going to tell you this episode isn't quite as blurry. It's mainly just produced hysteria because there is no David across from me, but I do have producer Lisa herself. How goes m'lady? As I say that, tipping my proverbial hat in the creepiest way possible. M'lady.
Well, I'm back by popular demand because I keep getting people telling me that they want to hear my voice. And at the same time, I think that you tell me you'd like to stop hearing my voice so often, but...
We went out for a drink the other night and this guy goes, "Hey, I've been listening to your show. You should have your wife on more." And you heard that and you're like, yeah, that's right.
Yep. So clearly he doesn't live with me.
Right.
Hello, nation. I am back.
For better or for worse. It just depends on who you're talking to at the time. But yeah, we are back. We're in the confines of just getting over the flu once again. We're trying to kill ourselves, I think. I posted something about being sick on our Discord. Someone was like, "Dude, you are constantly sick." I go, "I kind of feel that way."
I think it's because we both have, I guess you'd call it compromised immune systems with our allergies and asthma. Mm-hmm. And I know what happens to me, and I think you kind of get similar, is that I'll get my allergies will flare up, and then my immune system's compromised. Then I'll get sick because of it, and then my allergies will come back, and it's like a cyclical process. And there's only so much steroid medications you can go through, you know?
Cyclical process of being sick. Yeah, but hey, it's New Year and celebrities are dying left and right, and we're probably, you and I are already sick, so it's just business as usual. That's just the new world of shit that we live in. But hey, we're still kicking, so you can't complain too much. We do have, as usual, our story this week, and we got one of them. It's an interesting one, and I was kind of interested in it, so I looked up the story. Then I wanted to know the real reason. So it's kind of a twofer for one. But this one comes to us again from Project Skeptic. Jay Settlemyer, he sends us this story. And I bet, if I was a betting man at least, I bet that they've all heard of this. And I mentioned it to you. I said, don't read it because, I wanted to get a real reaction. But I mentioned what it was, and you even said, I think I heard about that. So
yeah, I just figured you told me not to read it because you thought that it would take so long for me to get through it, all 5 pages, that you didn't have that kind of time.
If it's 5 pages, I'm skipping it for this. So this comes from, the link he sent us was from the New York Post. But if you look online, you can find this pretty much everywhere. There's tons of this.
So what is it?
Massive flock of sheep has been walking in a circle for 12 days straight in China. This is one of those things that kind of took all over the, social media and stuff. People were posting the videos and the links to it. And it's exactly what it sounds like. The story says... Right, that was a quick and easy one. It's exactly what it was. Good night, Gracie. Anyway, there's no sheep with this counting. Oh, man. That is, I don't even really like that line, but that's what they wrote on the New York Post.
Wow.
Dozens of sheep have eerily been walking in a circle for 12 days straight in northern China's Inner Mongolian region. The bizarre behavior captured on surveillance video shows large flock continuously marching clockwise in a nearly perfect circle on a farm. I love how they put in a nearly perfect circle.
Just in case anybody was like going out there with their what's the thing that you draw circumference with a, what's it called?
Oh yeah.
My dad always had one. You put the pencil down.
I used to stab people with them. It's what are those called?
Oh my God. Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm not crazy, right?
No.
I can't believe you used to stab people with them.
What are those called?
All right. Sorry, people. That we're not prepared for me to bring up crazy things like a circumference drawer.
Oh my God. I don't even know how to look it up.
All right. Well, you continue with your story and I'll see if I can rack my brain to figure out what it was.
Oh my gosh. Here it is. I'm still brain farting as I'm looking at this is not a compass?
No.
No, this is what it says there. It's like, make circles with this compass, and that is not right.
Oh, that is what it says,
compass.
right?
I guess it is. Never mind. So it's a compass. We're dumb. or Mandela got me again, because that's not the word I was searching for. Anyway, none of this matters. Some of the sheep, they say, can be seen watching from the outside of the rotation, while others, stand motionless in the center. And this video was reported, this is back, like I said, in November, so not too long ago. And some people thought this was really, really creepy. And other people, me included, who grew up with farms and sheep, as you know, right across from us, I would see them start flocking like this. Now, not in circles for 12 days, but I was just like, oh man, a couple of them started walking and they just started walking.
Right, they just follow each other. So maybe the lead one's just
like lemmings off of
a cliff, right?
Yeah.
So like literally, do you think that like the front one is just like super smart and he's like, I'm going to see how long these idiots will follow me. And he's just like going in a circle and everybody else is following.
Well, but although there are 34 sheep pens on the farm, only the sheep in pen number 13 have been acting this way. Now, maybe that's just a coincidence, but they throw that in and I'm just like, no, man.
That makes me think the story was boring as hell. And somebody was like, okay, so I know it's in bin number 12, but we're going to just say 13 because this sounds a whole lot more interesting.
Right. So there's a thing called listeriosis, or the circling disease, that will make them walk in circles, but it is fatal in 48 hours. And these have been doing it for 12 days. So I'm going to go on a limb and say you can kind of write that off.
Well, don't you think they would have tested at least one of them if they could get near it?
Well, since then they have, but yeah, it says initially affected animals are anoretic, depressed, and disoriented if they have this. They may propel themselves into corners, lean against stationary objects, or circle towards the affected side, but they would all have to have the same affliction. The others aren't acting in other ways.
So are they, you might get to this, sorry. So they're not eating. You're saying?
No, these
are eating. Okay.
That was if they were sick.
Right, sorry.
These sheep are acting completely normal, except for when they're hanging out, they're walking in a circle.
Oh, okay. So they'll go and eat, and they'll go and poop, and all that stuff, and they come back to their circle.
Never trust an animal that can run and poop at the same time.
Right.
That's just a takeaway for you this week. Yeah, so they're doing everything else, and they're not all circling. Some are standing there watching them, being like, pfft. Some will like get out of the circle, then go back into the circle to walk in circles. So that is the gist of it. And it was interesting to me that it caught so many people's attention. They're like, what's causing it? Is there a ley line there? Is it magnetism?
What's a ley line?
Ley lines are like the ley lines on Earth. Okay, I'll give you the exact definition. Because you're making me work for everything.
I'm so sorry. I have
it's okay.
So many questions. You didn't let me prepare.
Ley lines are straight alignments drawn between various historic structures and prominent landmarks. The idea was developed in early 20th century Europe. Ley line believers argue that these alignments are recognized by ancient societies that deliberately erected structures along them, meaning like the entire planet is crisscrossed by a grid. And
at every
no, go ahead.
At every place that they cross, there's a thing.
Or you could go from the pyramids to the sheep, and it follows one of the ley lines that people have already denoted. And other people say that maybe that they run because of magnetism or solar energies or bot juice flowing, just any
maybe
reason.
It's a new exercise plan.
Maybe not half bad. You see that? That was a pretty good one.
Oh, you. See how that was?
Oh. Yeah, I get it.
Wow, they wanted me back on the show.
Firing on all cylinders here.
Suckers.
All right, so we're going to go to break, and when we come back, it might have been solved. We're going to give you guys what I found looking online. That's coming up after this sheep herding episode of Blurry Hysteria. We're back with the mystery of the walking sheep. It sounds so crazy. I don't know. This one, I get that it's weird, but this one was kind of just like a non-starter for me. I didn't get all. I mean, when you would have saw this, would you have been like, "Holy shit, jinkies," so to speak?
No, and actually, as you're telling me, I'm actually like just very disturbed. I'm gonna channel my inner Kevin Crispin on this one, and how am I going to count them and fall asleep if they're in circles? Because
you look the same.
Oh crap!
Yep.
Where do I start? And then I'm getting anxiety about, maybe my memory's not so good anymore. And now I'm like shaking in the corner and crying. So I don't know. I don't think I would have even read this article. So thank you for not making me read this article.
Well, I think the thing that leads to a lot of it is it's surveillance camera. It's at nighttime. It's eerie. Any of that stuff's eerie. So that leads to, and just about everyone you watch, it's like, dun, 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 some sort of weird backing music. But scientists and farmers were talked about this, and everyone was like, meh. This also comes from the New York Post. So this is what they say. There's a very natural reasoning behind animals' striking behavior, which has unnerved and mystified people around the world. All right, so it says, it looks like they're in a pen. They're in these pens for long periods of time. They're small enclosures. They have room to walk, but not much. And this leads to stereotypic behavior, which is repeated due to circling from frustration about being in a pen limited. This is from...
They're just doing it outside the box, basically.
Yeah, so this guy is Matt Bell, professor of the Department of Agriculture at Hartpury University in Gloucester. I don't know how to say that word. I apologize. Gloucester. Gloucester? I don't know. Let me know.
Is it in Kentucky? Where was that?
In England.
Oh, see, I wasn't listening.
Of course not. Then the other sheep join in as they are stuck in there, and they're flock animals. Like we said before, they flock and they just walk and follow. And they, the whole pen gets in on it at one point in time. And then you've got enough in there in a small region that when the ones get tired, others aren't tired. They keep going, and it just self-fulfilling prophecy of they start flocking like that. And it says the social behavior of sheep is dominated by flock mentality, which controls the animal's movements and protects individuals from predators by priming them to flee from dangers as a group. That's why they move in, flocking in herds and stuff. It says the sheep had been moving in a nearly perfect circle. There it is again. Since November 4th, it's unclear whether they stopped we don't know. Obviously they've stopped by now. But it said they weren't clear there whether they'd stopped to eat or drink, but they obviously had, because after 12 days they hadn't died of exhaustion, starvation, and then other people said of course they had.
So basically it's kind of almost sounds like how is this sounds like it'd be a more common thing than a rare thing, because it actually makes a lot of sense if they're used to being in a certain confined area and they're not exactly super intelligent animals,
right? That
when they're not in that, they just start doing the same thing out of instinct because they're used to walking in that circle. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think that makes perfect sense to me. So I think it's all over. But maybe you said like
if they were walking in a circle only on their hind legs, you got my attention. But this one,
now if they're chanting or
the night time is the right time. They fuck the sun. Yeah, the
tag out.
The other thing is they do say here too the listeriosis, or however you say that. It's usually fatal with infected animals within 48 hours. So 12 days, none of them are dead.
Right.
They
And that's like a brain, like something goes to their brain.
Yeah. And
is it like from listeria? Like if you get it from like.
I'm done Googling. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
I'm sorry, I don't know any of this stuff, and
yeah.
Right?
It's bacteria, yeah. Listeria.
Right, so then it goes to your brain and starts eating your brain, basically.
Yeah.
Cool. Now, if they started eating each other's
David doesn't
brains,
ask as many questions.
I know.
Maybe he's just already looked it up.
Well, I mean, David's a pretty intelligent guy. He knows not to let you know that he's not intelligent.
Is he pretty intelligent or is he pretty and intelligent? Because you've seen his facial hair and it's glorious.
He does have glorious facial hair.
I'm doing the waxing of my mustache that I don't have, so, you know.
I'm going to try to grow mine again.
Oh, baby. So,
you're welcome.
I think the takeaway this week is, number one, if you're a female cop, don't have sex with everyone in your precinct. And number two, don't worry if sheep are walking around following each other.
As long as they're not following you.
Yeah.
Right? Wait. Right?
If you're a shepherd, you hope they are.
Oh, right. See, I think I'm pretty and not smart.
Yeah, you can go flock yourself. All right, kids. We need more stories. Weird at hysteria51.com. You can send those in and we will get those on for, these bonus episodes. And we also are running that contest. Send us your topics for the regular show. We're going to pick three prize packs, including the grand prize or the worst prize, depending on how you look at it, of you get to host your own episode with us and we do your topic.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Well, and also I just like to plug in there, if you want to include in your email or anywhere in the world that you would like to hear more of me and have me on these shows more often, please make your comments known.
You don't hesitate to not send that.
However, if you do not want to hear more of me, you could have just turned it off and you don't have to be rude. So no need for that.
See, you can't just pick and choose your battles. You got to take the good, take the bad. You take them both and there you have Hysteria 51.
Man.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Blurry hysteria, I mean to say, for this type of
It's only
episode.
blurry because you took your glasses off.
Oh, that's about right. Anyway, kids, keep them coming in. Get your entries in. Let us know in the comments or in the subject line that it is a contest entry so we can separate them. And we'll see you next time on Blurry Hysteria. Thank you, Sheep Squatch.
Bye.
Meeting adjourned.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Time for a quick break to talk about some delicious breakfast options at McDonald's, like a steak, egg, and cheese bagel. Or you can get steak on a McMuffin or biscuit or any other of your favorite breakfast sandwiches. And for even more deliciousness, pair it with a caramel macchiato or one of our other McCafe beverages to make sure your day gets off to a great start. At participating McDonald's, single item at regular price.